Hey road trippers, are you driving to see family this holiday season? Well, let me help you out by giving you some essential tips and hacks for your road trip. And you want to stick around for the very last one because it's the most important one. Of course, this is Let's Go Road Trippin', where I encourage you to just explore it. No matter if it's your neighborhood or as big as the world, just go out and explore it. Now let's explore these tips. Traveling over the holidays can be stressful. If you're driving to go see family for the holiday season, I want you to watch this video and maybe make it go a little bit smoother. The first thing is you want to make sure you know where you're going. Even if you've done this trip 100 or 1,000 times, maybe look up a different route, get a little bit different scenery and break up the monotony. Just fire up your best mapping app and let's go to town. And on that note, you definitely want to use an app, something like Gas Buddy, so that you can find the best prices of gas on your entire trip. You may even want to look a little bit off the beaten path, like maybe 1 or 2 miles off the interstate, because sometimes gas prices are a little cheaper when you get off away from the freeway or main highway. And if you're using a mapping app on your cell phone, you definitely want to mount your cell phone, even just mount it if you're not, just to make it really handy. I like to keep mine mounted a little bit below so it doesn't get in the way of the windshield. I don't want it to be an obstruction of the windshield. I want to be able to see through. I see so many people with their cell phones right in the middle of a windshield. It's like that. You can't see the road. It's kind of a little bit dangerous, but some people do it anyway. I have a problem with that. I like to keep mine a little bit below. And if you look at this mount, this is actually 2 different mounts thrown together. One I got for free, and another one I got, I forget how I got it, but it was just a CD mount kind of thing, and I combined the two to make this nice little mount. To help make sure your cell phone battery doesn't go dead and all of the other stuff that you may want to have plugged in, I have this awesome multi-charger that I've had for years. I've been using this for many years in my car, and it stays in my car and I use it all the time. I even have a couple USB extension cables that I hang on the back of the seat just to make sure that I can easily access a USB port without worrying about trying to find it, so they're always hanging right there and I know right where they're at. And of course you gotta have snacks. I've seen a lot of videos where they have this nice little organizer and they get it all set up. Yeah, that's cool. I don't need to do that. I think that if I just grab a Ziploc bag and a grocery bag, I can just go ahead and do it that way. Put those within reach of me, like maybe on the passenger seat if there is no passenger, or make sure that the passenger can reach it, and then we're all good. I don't need to have these fancy-dancy little organizers. Just make sure you have some healthy snacks, because remember, when you're driving, you're not getting a lot of exercise and you're kind of sitting down on your butt for too long in the day, and you definitely want to have a nice balance of some healthy food and just some good stuff. Of course, for all these wrappers and everything else, once you're done eating your snacks, you want to have a garbage bag. And I love seeing these videos where they have a nice little garbage can and everything else. It's like, well, this works for me. I take a plastic grocery bag and I put it over my gear shift. Boom, done. How hard is that? I don't need anything fancy. I do have this small first aid kit that I keep with me, and I don't always just keep it in my car. I sometimes have it in my backpack because, quite honestly, you never know when you might need a Band-Aid. And then I have my dash cam. You can find these in all kinds of different price ranges with all kinds of different features. I've got this one. It's very simple. Looks forward, records onto a micro SD card. I put a 64 gig card in there. It records pretty much a full day. Now, why would I need that for a road trip? Well, just in case something bad happens, like an accident, your insurance company is going to love you if you have one of these. On a second note, if you have like a blog, a travel vlog, or something like that, you can make little time-lapse videos or a little bit of extra video that you can put into your vlog and make it a little bit cooler. That's what I like. And you can use a GoPro for this, but a GoPro is a little pricey for a dash cam. And now I've got to tell you one of the most important tips in my book. You always want to check the weather. Here in the US, holiday seasons, the weather can get pretty nasty. Even if you're going to be going to a warmer climate, you still might have to drive through some crappy weather, through the mountains or whatever. And you want to make sure that you are prepared appropriately. You know, like having a hat, a coat, some heavy clothes, to make sure that you aren't stuck in some bad weather and you are not prepared, because I would really hate that. One thing a lot of people don't think about is, if it's possible, check the weather for your return trip, because the biggest thing is what if you get there and you get stuck? Do you want to get stuck with the family? Some people do, but what about Aunt Edna, who is always complaining about something? Or what about Grandma, who's always asking you, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Do you really want to be stuck with them? In many parts of the US, you know the weather can get bad this time of year. so you want to make sure that you're prepared. If you are thinking about going and it's going to be very dangerous weather, you might want to think about just staying home, because it's better safe than sorry. Just remember, if something really horrible happens to you, it will forever have a bad memory for all of your loved ones during the holiday seasons. Is that really what you want? Do you want to give Aunt Edna something more to complain about? It's best to be safe at home. If you like this video, run over that like button, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook or hit the subscribe button and notification bell on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and share this video with anybody you know who's going to be driving over the holiday seasons. If there's any place you'd like me to see or go to check out and give you a video on, go ahead and leave that in the comments below and tell me how your trip also went, and hopefully these tips helped you out. Until next time, safe travels and happy holidays.